What's going on, everybody? JT here, coming at you with another episode of Pokemon Go, and I've noticed that a few shiny Pokemon have gone missing. Now, I say this because until very recently, we have not had a report of a shiny Magnemite or a shiny Krabby being caught at all. It seems like they just straight up disappeared for a little while. Shiny Magnemite had disappeared right after the special research for Meltan in November. Like, that's when they released it, and then as soon as that event left, so did the shiny Magnemites. Nobody was hatching them, nobody was catching them. All reports were just gone. And Shiny Krabby was released quite a while ago, and then around October, they just seem to have disappeared entirely. Now, since January 4th, both of these shiny Pokemon have been re-added to the game, which is phenomenal, because I've really been wanting to get one, because I just never got them. But unfortunately, now it looks like we're missing another shiny Pokemon, and that one is Misdreavus. The last reports we ever got of somebody catching a shiny Misdreavus was a little bit before January 3rd. Anything past that, it seems to have completely disappeared because everybody on Twitter and my local community have not been able to find them at all. And this is kind of weird because people in my community are very, very vocal. They love to brag about the shinies they catch. So obviously, if they catch a shiny Misdreavus, which is pretty rare all things considered, we would definitely hear about it. The most probable reason as to why this is happening is because there's probably a mistake in the coding. So when they were fixing shiny Magnemite and shiny Krabby, looks like they may have accidentally switched off shiny Misdreavus, which is kind of funny all things considered. Almost every single Pokemon's shiny variant is in Pokemon Go's coding right now, but unfortunately they're not activated right now. But all Niantic has to do is go in there and turn it from off to on, and we know that they're in the coding right now because Trails has data mined this game and live streamed almost every single shiny form, everything from basically stuff we have like Bulbasaur all the way down to some of the Gen 4 mythicals, which is pretty cool. So if you want to check those out, you should definitely check out his live streams. Now, coding is what every single video game is built on, including Pokemon Go, and even the tiniest mistake in the coding can cause bugs and glitches to happen. Hence, like, why we're probably not seeing the shiny Misdreavus around is because there's a small glitch going on. I feel like we had one of these glitches and bugs during the International Girls' Day when we were supposed to get shiny female Nidoran, Nidorina, and Nidoqueen, which was the first time we would ever run into anything higher than a first-tier evolution shiny in the wild, which was really cool and everybody was really excited for it, but within the first 5 hours of the event, nobody was finding any Nidorinas or Nidoqueens, but we were finding a ton of Nidorans. So that was a little disappointing because we really wanted to find these upper tier shiny evolutions because that was the first time this has ever happened. But because of glitches, it didn't show up. But then 5 hours later, when I feel like they basically scrounged together and fixed it, that's when we started seeing them. Or maybe they did it on purpose and they wanted you to run into the smaller tier stuff first and then the bigger stuff later, but I don't really see them doing that during a 24-hour event where you have very limited time to find these things. And ever since that event ended, you can't run into shiny Nidorina or Nidoqueen anymore, so it kind of sucks that we lost 5 hours to hunt during that time. Now, Niantic could have possibly intentionally turned it off for whatever reason. Maybe there was a bad glitch they were already aware of and they decided just to cut them out completely just so they can fix it, but I'm just thinking that there's a small problem they didn't know about and now hopefully they will learn about it and fix it soon, because I really want to get myself a shiny Misdreavus. In other news, we have two very cool events that are about to come up in Pokemon Go, so let's dive into them real quick. Now, the first event is going to take place on January 15th to the 29th, and it's a celebration of the Hoenn region, and I'm very excited about it because we're getting a lot of new shinies, some cool raid bosses, and I just can't wait for it. So let's dive into these features. So we're going to have Pokemon originally discovered in the Hoenn region will appear more frequently in the wild, which is cool because there's a lot of possible shiny Gen 3 Pokemon, so I'm very excited about that. Field research will highlight Pokemon originally discovered in the Hoenn region. Again, possible shinies from research, and the research encounters for shinies are pretty good, so I'm very happy about that. Raid battles will include Pokemon originally discovered in the Hoenn region, such as the legendary Pokemon Kyogre and Groudon. I am very, very excited for this because we already got shiny Kyogre, which is a beautiful purple Pokemon. I'm excited to get more of those because I didn't get really good ones, but then we are possibly, it's not confirmed yet, but we might get shiny Groudon. And shiny Groudon looks awesome. It's a yellowish color, it looks really nice, and I just can't wait, especially because these Pokemon get Megas. Even though they're called Primal forms, they are Mega Pokemon, and they look really cool when they're shiny, so fingers crossed we're gonna get a shiny Groudon soon. And they haven't mentioned this at all, this is just me speculating. This might be a hint that we're probably gonna see Rayquaza come back, hopefully pretty soon. If we do, we might get shiny Rayquaza, which is absolutely stunning. It's black, it's beautiful, and not only that, it also gets a Mega form, and it turns into a beast. This thing is incredible, so I cannot wait for that to be added to the game. It also looks like we're gonna get some Gen 3 Pokemon coming out of the 7-kilometer eggs, which I'm kind of 50-50 on. Hopefully we'll get a lot of cool shiny possibilities from them. Raising up the shiny rates would be really cool too. Also the fact that shiny Wynaut and shiny Azurill are baby shinies, which can only come out of eggs. You can't encounter these in the wild, so maybe those like odds will be higher. The only downside is The odds have never really been good in eggs, period, so like maybe it'll be good, but they're obviously gonna probably throw in some other stuff that we don't really care about, so I'm kind of 50-50 on all that. Also, if you evolve a Shroomish into a Breloom during this event, it's going to have an exclusive move, Grass Knot, which is kind of cool. I mean, during this Boulder Cup, a lot of people are using Brelooms right now, so who knows, maybe Grass Knot might be really good for that, but otherwise, I mean, it's cool that that's happening. This is the first time we've ever had an event like this that would give us an exclusive move, so I'm excited for that. And it looks like we're gonna get ourselves Shiny Zigzagoon and Shiny Taillow. I cannot wait because these are beautiful shiny Pokemon. Shiny Zigzagoon looks orange. I like it a lot. And Shiny Taillow is green. I also like it, and when they evolve, their colors stay about the same, and they look pretty great, so honestly, I'm very excited. Also, the fact that they have only 2 evolutions, so you got their base forms, which hopefully will be easy to find, because they're fairly common Pokemon, and then you just gotta evolve them once, and then you're done collecting them, so I'm very happy with these new shinies. And lastly, it looks like we're getting new avatar items that are gonna feature the villainous teams of Team Magma and Team Aqua, and I'm super excited about that, because I love Team Aqua. Like, I chose Sapphire version when these came out, so I definitely am probably gonna buy some of that if it looks really good. But that's not all. This weekend, January 19th, we're getting Shiny Feebas Day, which is really exciting because it's basically a community day for Feebas, but it's mostly just focusing around research, which is pretty interesting. So if you live in an area with a lot of stops, and if you live somewhere rural, please go somewhere with a lot of stops. You have about a week, so if you can do it, please do it. But go to these places, hit as much research as possible, because we don't know quite yet if it's going to be a guaranteed shiny for everybody who visits that one stop like it was for Squirtle Community Day, or if it's random or not, but if it is like confirmed, go to a place with a lot of stops, because then you're pretty much guaranteed to get yourself a shiny Feebas, and when it evolves, it turns into shiny Milotic, which looks really good. The male and the female versions look almost exactly the same, except for the male has shorter hair, but that's pretty much it, and it's a beautiful Pokemon, so if you have the ability to go somewhere with a lot of stops, I highly, highly recommend it, because I don't want you to miss out on a really cool shiny Pokemon. And that's all I really have for this episode. Hopefully we're gonna see shiny Misdreavus come back, hopefully we're gonna get shiny Groudon, because that would be just amazing. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this video and found it informative, please smash that like button, show me some love, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell icon so you know when I upload, and comment down below. Do you think it's a glitch, or do you think they intentionally took out Misdreavus? And do you think we're getting shiny Groudon? And how do you feel about this new Gen 3 event? Please let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.